Ciao guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today with Francesco. Ciao Fra, how are you?
Ciao Fabri, here we are.
Ready because there is plenty of things to discuss. Today we wanted to do this question and answer, getting some of your questions on the most important topics and also answering on some of the big names on the market for the next days and hours. And so we jump into it together and we can start already with some of these superstars names.
Yes, and we start with Mo Salah because he's a free agent. We know that he left Liverpool in the summer, and right now, what's happening? Where is he going next?
Yeah, we had plenty of stories and plenty of questions, obviously, coming from Turkey about Mo Salah and Besiktas, because for 2-3 weeks the rumors around have been it's a done deal with Besiktas, it's all closed and all sealed with Besiktas. In reality, at this stage, there is nothing agreed yet between Besiktas and Mo Salah. According to my information, there is still a big difference regarding the salary and the contract requested by Mo Salah compared to what Besiktas are offering. So I can't close doors to this possibility maybe for the next days or weeks, whatever, because Salah is a free agent. He can change his mind any moment. But at present, Salah is also considering different possibilities, also from the MLS, also from Saudi. So Salah has plenty of proposals. He can assess the market and decide the best opportunity possible. But at the moment, Besiktas are yet to reach a full agreement with Mo Salah. So for sure, he's their top target. Reports on Darwin Núñez are being played down by people close to the player and also by Al Hilal. So at this stage, Besiktas are not working for Darwin, but for Mo Salah, the situation remains absolutely open and nothing guaranteed or agreed yet.
Speaking of another superstar of the World Cup, at least, because he was definitely one of the best emerging players of the World Cup, Bouaddi, what's happening with his future? There are so many clubs interested around Europe as well.
Yeah, obviously a lot of interest around Bouaddi. He did fantastic for Morocco. He's one of the best talents in his position in Europe, I would say, after what he did with Lille as well. So it's absolutely normal to see a lot of speculation. My information is that Manchester City remain in active talks with Lille. So Manchester City are working on this Ayoub Bouadi deal directly with Lille, and they're talking with the agents of the player. Then they are yet to close the deal, so it's still negotiation stages. And also it's important to understand what's going to happen in terms of planning, if they want to try bringing the player this summer or in summer 2027, because there is also a possibility for Bouadi to stay at Lille for one more season and eventually go to Manchester City in 2027. Still nothing agreed, so there are still more clubs trying to call and understand what's going on, but at the moment Manchester City are leading the race because they are directly talking with Lille and they're trying to find a financial agreement for Bouadi. Obviously, again, when you have this kind of talent, anything can happen, but Lille extended his contract at the right time before the World Cup, and now they are in control of the situation, starting for over 70 millions in order to sell Ayoub Bouadi.
One of the most important news of the summer and also for this week was Diomande. And speaking of Real Madrid, what can we expect now from Real Madrid? Maybe some outgoings, other players coming. What do you think will happen in the next month?
Yeah, there is going to be a lot of movement at Real Madrid because now first step is to announce Diomande, and after Diomande, the point is going to be, first of all, in terms of incomings, what's going to happen with Rodri, and then in terms of outgoings. On Rodri, obviously, you can find the video from last night. I was explaining everything, and for the outgoings, it's going to be important to clarify several situations because, for example, there is Franco Mastantuono who is receiving many proposals to go on loan. Real Madrid are open to that solution, and they have to decide with the player which club could be the best one in order to go on loan. Then there is some possibility also for Gonzalo Garcia. Fulham are pushing to sign him, eventually on a permanent transfer, but Real Madrid don't want to lose control on the player. And also Jose Mourinho is very happy with the performances, with the attitude of Gonzalo Garcia in training over the recent weeks. And so I would not exclude that maybe Jose Mourinho can say the player is staying here. So Real Madrid will have to clarify several situations, and I would add also the name of Raúl Asensio, because for Raúl Asensio, I've been mentioning for months that there is a possibility to go. We have to understand if the player is going to open the doors, because don't forget what's going on with Camavinga, for example. Real Madrid could eventually be open to an exit, but Camavinga wants to stay. Camavinga wants to fight for his place. For Raúl Asensio, it's quite a similar situation. Real Madrid are opening doors to an exit, but Raúl Asensio is yet to find a club where he can say, okay, I'm leaving Real Madrid to join this club. At the moment, Raúl Asensio also wants to try, show his best to Jose Mourinho, and then evaluate eventually his future. There is Jorge Mendes helping with the file of Raúl Asensio, so there could be possibilities in the next weeks, but for sure he's going to be busy at Real Madrid in August with incomings, but also with some outgoings.
We spoke about Real Madrid. Let's now speak about Barcelona. We can probably expect some movements, especially in the attacking positions. Of course, the name of Julián Alvarez is still there. There are also other names. Let's speak about that.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify something on these two cases. First of all, 28th of July, Barcelona are yet to give up on Julián Alvarez. It's really complicated. It's very difficult. I would say that Atletico Madrid keep their doors absolutely open to Barcelona, so looks a very, very, very complicated transfer. But as of today, sources at Barcelona guarantee that they are yet to give up. They are still waiting. They're still hoping. So let's see if they will be right at the end or maybe not, but Barcelona are yet to give up. On the name of Kroupi, I was mentioning yesterday, I wanted to clarify again today, because then I saw many reports in the following hours. I want to clarify that Bournemouth are very clear on Kroupi. They want to keep the player at the club. They don't want to sell him. So at the moment, it's not an active negotiation for Kroupi. It's something that several clubs have been considering for some weeks. And the answer from Bournemouth has always been the same. We want to keep the player here. We don't even want to negotiate. There is still no price decided. So it's not that they said, okay, put 100 million euros on the table and we sell the player. According to my information, there is no price at the moment because Bournemouth want to keep the player. So at the moment, my understanding is also that Barcelona, and that's an important update, I think, Barcelona have no intention to enter into any complicated negotiation for Kroupi or waiting till the end of the window or enter into another battle. At the moment, the file is quite cold, I would say, because Bournemouth don't want to sell the player and Barcelona are not going to enter into another complicated file. So that's the situation for Kroupi. Then obviously let's see what happens later on in terms of striker, Julián and all the rest.
You mentioned Julián Alvarez, of course. There are also some rumors around about a possible swap deal that includes Victor Gyokeres. What do you have to say about this rumor?
Look, with maximum respect, because there are many stories and many reports about this one, and we never know what's going to happen. There is still 1 month, so there could be many movements. As of today, end of July, there is nothing on track for Victor Gyokeres to go to Atletico Madrid and to be included into any Julián Alvarez deal. For sure, Arsenal are attentive to the situation of Julián Alvarez. That's for sure, in case he doesn't go to Barcelona, in case Atletico decide to open doors. But at the moment, still nothing advanced or concrete, and also important to say, for Gyokeres, especially on the Gyokeres file, at the moment I'm not aware of concrete or real negotiations for Victor Gyokeres to go to Atletico Madrid. So at the moment is a very quiet file. Then should something happen, as always, we will be here on the channel to keep you updated on absolutely everything.
Fabri, I don't know if you have other things cooking today, otherwise we move on and we speak soon in other videos or whatever.
I wanted to add just something quickly also about Luis Diaz, because there are many reports on Luis Diaz and Al Hilal over the recent days, but Bayern position is very clear. The player is not for sale, so I don't think this one is going anywhere. Then for all the rest, guys, we will keep you posted here on the channel as always. Thank you, and see you here on the channel with all the latest. Remember to subscribe, to like this video, and to comment. Ciao!